30, 35, 40%, and at times over 60% or more off retail every day of the week. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com.
Looking to buy or sell your property? Bollinger Real Estate and Auction is a full-service, one-stop real estate and auction company in Hopkinsville. We are local and family-owned. Let us help your family as it pertains to real estate and personal property. Our services are comprehensive, and we are committed to provide our customers with the knowledge and tools to make educated decisions about their property. Call us today at 270-632-8882 or go to bollingerrealestate.com. Real estate solutions with a passion for people.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Kay's Kitchen.
WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast brought to you by Miss Kay's Kitchen. By the way, she opened at 5:30 this morning. Did you know that? You can go by and make sure you tell her we sent you. 501 North Jefferson Street in Princeton. Anything from breakfast to gravy and lunch specials and plates and tomorrow's meatloaf day. Oh my, I'm telling you, Miss Kay's Kitchen's where it's at. 501 North Jefferson Street in Princeton. Make sure you tell her that we sent you. Give her a call, 365-2709, and she'll have it ready, and you can grab it to go right through her drive-through window, okay? Could not be easier. Sunshine today. As you head out to Miss Kay's, it's going to be a beautiful day, high 88. Of course, low 65 tonight, just in time for Caldwell County Lady Tiger soccer to start. That's going to be nice. Tomorrow, sunshine and 89. And then on Thursday, sunshine and 87. It's 70 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY. And I love it when we have friends that come to town and come in and, man, they got something to talk about. I think that's even more fun. Mr. Joe Duncan is with us this morning. I'm so excited for him because you've got a brand new venture, man.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. A lot of things going on in my life.
I love that, though. It's like you're reinventing all over again, and you're a creative person. So I think I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Between I just had my first kid in March, so I've been catching up with that, and now I'm starting a new business venture and everything. So it's a lot of excitement. I haven't been bored for sure.
I started to say, I wish you had something to do, Joe. And don't get me wrong, you're never going to get caught up. With parenting. I'll see you in 20 years because you're never. That's never going to happen.
That's if I'm lucky.
You just got to be okay with not ever quite getting there. I think I told him a while ago, I said, I'm running like a chicken with its head cut off, and I never seem to catch the chicken. That's my deal. But, it's good to be busy because that means things are moving and things are onward and upward.
That's right.
And I'm so excited for you because I think this is... I think this is perfect.
I
really do.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Well, so when all the coronavirus stuff hit around March, we had our baby right before all that happened. So we were some of the last people our family got to be there. And then, as soon as we got home, everything happened. And
bless your heart.
Yeah, it was really crazy. And then, so I actually ended up going back to the hospital quicker than I thought I would off of leave. I went to a intermittent leave to start helping. And through all that time, I just was thinking about a lot of the businesses around because, the hospital has so many resources. And also just with the response to coronavirus, state, federal, we had so many resources to deal with that, and it was still a lot to do. It was just a lot to figure out and everything. And, I thought about these smaller businesses around that don't have all of those resources, and how are they catching up with all of this? Because, we have a huge staff, good resources and all of this network and everything. And it really, that just kind of started building in the back of my head as we were working with that, and I was thinking about it. And then once I got back to work full time, this sort of, after I was there for a while, I was thinking about maybe how to be more involved in the community, and then it just I came to the realization that it's not I wasn't going to be able to. I was going to have to take my foot out of one of those boats, and so I decided to do that. And the hospital, I feel good about stepping away from there. They got a great staff. They got a great system over there, and they're going to be fine. And they'll get somebody in that position, and we've built something good that somebody can take over and run with that. So I'm excited to free up some space and try to bring a lot of what I was working with the hospital out to the greater community and try to do something to people that maybe don't have the resources to fully invest in the it can be expensive or whatever, and there's some things that I can provide less expensive than what other people are going to be able to do, and just a little bit of strategy, to help do some of this, because everything is changing so fast and developing so quickly. I can just see that a lot of people probably need help out there. I think about it a lot, like people who are creating a business and then all this happens and they have to figure out the marketing, like somebody who works their entire life to become a really great chef and then they finally make it, they're the best chef, and they get there and they go, yeah, but do you also farm all of your ingredients, and it's like this whole other profession that people want you to learn, and it's not fair to ask people to do all of that, and that's what I'm hoping to connect with people, is to take a little bit of that off and help them through that, and find cost-effective ways to just integrate them into things that bring value back to their business.
I'll tell you, there's some of these folks that have been here since I was little or way before, and these are not necessarily handed down businesses. These are businesses that are still here because they've worked their fingers to the bone. I think a lot about Trice Hughes just because I'm staring at them, I guess. Yeah. But they've been here for so long, and some of these mom and pops that have gotten really were successful over the years, and they're still here. Thank God they're still here. Yeah. But then you get hit with something like this. And it's hard to know where to go or how to advertise if nobody's leaving their house. I mean, how do they? Yeah. It takes somebody like you that's creative, that knows kind of how to go through that, because you're an artist on top of everything else. I don't know if everybody knows that or not, but you're really a talented artist.
Yeah, that's my background and everything. I got a Bachelor in Fine Arts as a studio-specific degree from Murray State. So yeah, I did a lot. A lot of my preparation and professional preparation was to be a working artist, and I do integrate a lot of that. A lot of jobs that I end up getting, usually when I interview for them jobs, I feel like what gives me an edge over them is always, it's administrative, but I go, also, you don't have to hire a designer. Like, I can also do that work, and usually that puts me into a second interview category, so I definitely do bring a lot of the content creation. The website that I put together for this, my new venture is called Collaborate Marketing and Creative Services, and the website is weshouldcollaborate.com. And what I did, instead of really putting a portfolio together, was to make this website. So everything on the website is mine. Like, I made it top to bottom. Everything, all the content is content that I made. So you can really see a showcase of what I'm talking about in the things that I've put together for this, so people can get an idea of what we're talking about. Yeah. Not that necessarily my website is exactly what theirs will be, or there might be needs outside of that or under that or whatever.
But at least they can see what you're all about and what what you're doing.
That's right. Yeah. So I think I saw a lot of the restaurants in the area. I think had a really kind of surprised me how quickly some of them mobilized and went on websites and things. And I can see that there's probably a lot of people out there who just out of necessity did it, and they have something that works, but it might not work exactly like they want it to. It might not reflect their brand exactly. The user interface might not be as good. They might have clients that are frustrated with, that it's not just as easy, or it's not, so when you have people in the community that, you got Dairy Queen and these other sort of like corporate brands, they have very nice everything, so if you've got your local people and their stuff doesn't look the same, well, customers are going to gravitate towards the most easy one to use. So, I want to try to help people close that gap, in a reasonable way that they're not going to have to invest a whole person's annual salary, into that or whatever. So
here's the part I really like about that too. Although don't get me wrong, I've known you through the hospital for a couple of years. That's not how I met you. I met Joe because he was actually working with the artists at the farmers market in Caldwell County. When we first kind of got that whole farmers market started again, and it was really, people were starting to come. That's how I met Joe. Mm-hmm. And I think that's cool, because that is a really good representation of working with other people and working with other artists and talking and kind of networking with people. And that's what you were doing 2 years ago, and how I originally met you. And I think that's a great example of, I know he will because I watched him do it,
Yeah. Well, and I think, there was probably some things like that were seeds planted back then that I didn't even know that's what I was thinking about, that have kind of matured. I actually still work with the farmers market. Of course, with some of the restrictions, I don't get to go out there and play music. Luckily, some of that changed, but I have been working with Steven, the president, and I'm getting together for them some strategy things to help them with their online. They've also done a huge amount of growth in just the last year, confronting all this stuff with their online orders and things like that. So I have been working with them in the background when I have time, as much as I can. But yeah, I've definitely, and I think that, that's something that I want people to know about this too, is I don't want people to think about, I feel like so much experience that people have with marketing is it's like buying a product. So you go in and you say, I need a logo, and somebody makes a logo and they give it to you, and then that's the end of that relationship until you need it. But really, a lot of this stuff needs to be more like life relationships. It needs to build and sustain over time. So I have done that some with the farmers market, and we just continually work as they need things. And sometimes we're working more, and sometimes we're working less. But that's marketing at its best, and all of these kind of things at its best is when you're growing something over time that becomes formidable. And that's, I'm wanting to be a little selective in the sense that I want to work with people who are wanting to have relationships over time, not just these one-shot things, because the most honest I feel like I can be about marketing is it's not a lottery ticket. You're not going to scratch it off. There's not going to be this big win. It's like running a pizza shop and making your money one slice at a time over time.
It's a long game. It's really and truly. You don't want the immediate.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for the long game.
Yeah. And there's some things, in response to the current environment, there are some things that you can do to immediately address an issue. I'm not saying that there aren't, but overall, when we're talking about really like success of a business, we're talking about, like anything else, investing in it over time and growing, and that's what I like to do. I like to have those relationships, and the name Collaborate really came out of that, in that the best marketing is when people work together, and thinking about it like going into a shoe shop or something like that. You wouldn't go in a place and a person say, this is the shoe that everybody's wearing, and this is the size they're wearing it in, and you're going to love it. And it's not your style. It's not your size. There has to be, what size your foot is, and you have to tell them that. There has to be a little bit of interaction and collaboration, and when doing marketing, you have to allow the other person to be the professional about their business and give you that insight that I can't create. I have to get from them, and then I know my side of it. And you use those two things to meld them together and make something it's not cookie cutter. It's personalized and something that reflects the values and the identity of the people in that business. And that's what connects with people about it, is when they feel who you are through what you're putting out there. And that's what I want to kind of show people is how much value that can add to a business in a community.
I'm going to tell you the one thing that women hate most. I'll give you a secret here. Guys, are you listening? It's those shirts over the age of, 40 that say one size fits most. We hate those. Yeah. Over the age of 12, that never works. But that's what we're looking at. It's about individuality. It's not about every business has got to be the same, because if it is, well, then they're just going to do the first one. We've got some successful people in the area that, again, we just I think we hit the gas through this whole thing. We didn't hit the brake. And I was really impressed with a lot of the local businesses with them being able to do, what they've done. But now we need to take that and run with it. And I think this is perfect. Yeah. Where long term, we can look at these businesses 30 years from now and say, oh, I used to take my kids there when they were little, and oh, mom used to take me. That's what I want, at the end of all of this. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Well, and there's also this effect that happens where, some businesses are adapting better than other businesses, and the ones that aren't need to catch up with the ones that are, or they're going to get left behind, and that's the thing, is that if they're not being able to close, some people are just going to have more resources and more inclination to do those things. And maybe they've been more invested in it over the years and have a better structure to do it. But I hate to think about a really good business that serves the community, that people appreciate, that just gets left behind because they're not as present in that, ether. And, I want to be there for those people.
Well, and to be honest, a drive-through window, man, that's a big thing to some people.
Yeah.
Even the library has got the drive-through window now.
Yeah.
Miss Kay put one in this year. It's businesses that have been here for a while that are going curbside and bringing it to you and putting in a window. You know, even to go that far is a lot for some folks. And then if you say marketing to them, they're like, you know, oh, well, that's the people in the big skyscraper that don't know my name when I call.
Right.
And that's what they think of.
I actually am really glad you said that, because I think like a lot of people wouldn't think about a drive-through window as marketing. You know, I think a lot of people think about it in the creative side of, oh, I need a logo or I need social media or whatever. But there's a very famous, it's posted all over kind of things in design stuff, by a quote by Steve Jobs. And he's talking about how design is not what something looks and feels like, it's how it functions. And I think that that's where I was really successful in the work that I did with the other professionals over at the hospital. And I think what I can bring to people is what we're really we're not talking about making things look pretty. We're not talking about frou-frou. We're not talking about veneer. We're talking about functionality. And how does your business function? And when you start to identify that, getting a good strategy doesn't just affect your marketing. It affects your payroll. It affects your employees. It affects functionality, affects everything in a positive way in your business. And then as a byproduct of that, is that looking pretty? You know, good functionality makes things that are pleasing to look at and work visually also, but that's not the end goal. The end goal is to make things function. And that's what I want to work with people too, because, you know, it's like you said, if you've got a business model and you need to put something in like that and then advertise to people that this is a new way that all functions, that's really successful marketing. But it's, you know, so much of the way marketing is pitched to people, I feel like that gets lost sometimes. So, you know, I want to work in those deeper levels with people and help them out.
I've gone places because I like their logo. I'm not going to lie. I bought the T-shirt while I was there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have. I mean, and especially when you're looking online.
Yeah.
I mean, you're limited. You don't get to talk to them about how's your mama and them. You just get to see what is there.
Yeah. Well, and you can see, like, you know, in the age of course, I love Pinterest. I love Pinterest and all of those things.
I'm addicted to it. I'm glad somebody else is.
Yeah. But, you know, there's a lot of things that are in vogue and trend, and then a lot of marketing, I feel like, pitches to people, you need to look like these other things. And, you know, I'm kind of the complete opposite of it, because if you think about, like, Apple products, some of the best, you know, design that's in the market or whatever, but if you took the Apple design and put that in a Cracker Barrel, that's not the experience you want. It doesn't make sense to design a Cracker Barrel to look that clean and fresh, and it wouldn't make sense to design Apple products like a Cracker Barrel. You know, you have to take the personality of a place in to begin with and let that go out. And I hope people understand that too, is that we're not just selling, this is what everybody's doing and you need to look like everybody else. You need to be yourself. People want authenticity. People want individuality. They don't want, you know, you will get lost if you look like everybody else. I'm
going to tell you, the other part about that is you can get in trouble real fast. If you're like me, I'll put things up really quickly, and to me it sounds right.
Yeah.
But one sentence can sound so different to so many people.
Right.
I'm going to steal this from the Hubs because I think it was great. We were talking about this the other day, and it's, I didn't say I kicked the ball. Well, depending on where the inflection is, I didn't say I kicked the ball.
You're right.
I didn't say I kicked the ball, and I didn't say I kicked the ball. I
Right.
mean, you know, that's three different, I mean, and that's just inflection.
Yeah.
And when you write out a sentence now, oh my gravy, you got to be careful. And how I think of a sentence is coming across and how you see it can be completely different. And that's where Joe comes in.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the services that I listed on there that I actually worry the most about people even understanding what the service is copywriting, because it's everybody deals with copywriting, and you guys do it more. I mean, you know, at the radio station, you all probably do that more than
I don't. That's somebody else's job, and they're really good at it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that, like, when you do something right, people don't realize you do anything at all kind of jobs.
Yeah.
And it's also probably for the exact same reason that you're talking about, one of the most essential, like, you know, communicating concisely and clearly is a lot of where you need to be starting, and good copy will do that. So you don't always think that, like, that's a part of the job that's, you know, needing to be done and done well.
Well, that's the details that you do.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, that's where LO, take it. I mean, that's good.
Well, and also at the end of the day, you know, I have to be careful with the business model because I don't want to make myself obsolete, you know, but I'm a big believer in, I don't like keeping my clients out of understanding how it works. And over time, I want them to understand how to do some of this stuff on their own better, because when they understand what's happening, they can make more informed decisions about what they want. And, you know, it's not that I set up a website that they don't know how to use and then they're on the hook to always have to pay me to do it. I want them to be able to go in if they're doing something and I'm with another client and have to do something, you know, if they need to go in and change something really quick, I want to present them with options that are easy to understand and easy to learn so that they also can have access to that so it still feels like theirs. And again, you know, we're collaborating on those things. So there's a lot of things. I hope there's interest out there. Well, I don't know if there's interest. There's already people coming in, but I hope that people see the value in some of this and reach out to me because, you know, it's free to call and just talk to me about it and see, you know, what we can do. And you can always decide it's not for you afterward.
I will tell you, he's a great guy. He's easy to work with. We love him to death. And I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
So happy for you.
I'm going to throw in, just one more thing before we wrap up. Something else I just wanted to bring to people's attention that's less on the client side of it, but on my website under the About tab, there's a community service page, and that is a grant application that's open through October. And what I'm going to do annually is from September to October, I'm going to have this grant open, and then in the following year, starting in that January, I'm going to award pro bono services to one organization that's doing community work to help them complete a project. So it'll be pretty open-ended, and I'll have to work with them. So if it's somebody putting on a community event, helping them get all of their materials together and concise and, you know, all of the sort of social things together and a plan and a strategy and all of that together for free as a community service once a year.
Joe, that's huge.
Yeah, so I hope that people will go on the website and check that out. And it's, it doesn't have to be a 501c3. It can be anybody that's doing something. It needs to be community service and something that's just benefiting the community and helping the overall health of the community and forward growth. So I hope people go in there and start applying for that.
Bless your heart. That's amazing. I love that. Tell them how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, so the easiest way is to go to the website. It's weshouldcollaborate.com. And of course, people can find me on Facebook too. And it's also We Should Collaborate on Facebook. And they can email me directly just at joe@weshouldcollaborate.com. And then if somebody wants to call me or whatever, the phone number and all that's on the website. And there's a contact form and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to hearing from some people and chit-chatting about what we can get going for them.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. Also, I just created this business as an elaborate ruse so I can still show up here and talk to you guys.
I'm going to tell you, however it happens, we don't care. We just love having him around. And I'll tell you, we love you to death, and we're all the success and congrats and all that. And tell that wonderful woman that you live with over there that she's amazing, and congratulations.
I was going to say, she's the superstar of the household for sure.
Miss Amanda, we love her too, Amanda Davenport. That's another day, however,
That's
though.
right.
But hey, thanks and
thank you so
congratulations.
much. I appreciate it.
And tell us that website again.
Okay, it's weshouldcollaborate.com.
This is Sam Meeks with Bella Marie Boutique. Thank you for voting Bella Marie as the best of Western Kentucky boutique 3 years in a row. We are so appreciative of our loyal customers. None of this would be possible without you all.
The Cat's Tail Used Books in downtown Princeton encourages you to enjoy the annual Black Patch Festival coverage on WPKY. Even though there's no actual festival, we must celebrate the many successful years of Black Patch, 50 to be exact. Maggie Gammon, owner of the Cat's Tail Used Books, is a huge supporter of all things historical, and that includes the Black Patch Festival. Thanks, Maggie, for supporting Princeton, and thanks for having a great bookstore for all to enjoy. Visit the Cat's Tail Used Books anytime you can.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYonline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. I was looking at baby pictures, how Riley. And just cutest.
Yes, ma'am.
Amanda, what a cutie. Little mini Amanda. That's what that looks like. She's so cute. Anyway, Harold Riley, I love me a baby picture, and I'll tell you, I love talking about good things. You got any good things?
We got several good things, and we actually got them solidified. So that's a blessing. That means we know what we're doing. Last time we just thought we knew what we were doing. Today we know what we're doing.
I was going to say, now, if they're going to believe we actually know what we're doing,
yeah,
that might be a stretch.
Yes, ma'am. The first one is we want to let everybody know that Paul Daly is coming back to town. That is the folks from down in Trout, Louisiana. Wild Horse Ministries. They've been here several times, but we're partnering this season with the Fredonia Riding Club. So many folks may not even know that it's out there, but it kind of moved offset. It was right up against the road, but they've done a fantastic job of reworking and presenting
really
things.
Pretty.
It's right behind the Mennonite Church, and it is pretty and a fantastic arena, so people need to come out. That's on Tuesday night, September the 22nd at 6 p.m., and the Riding Club is going to provide the concession. So I hope that when folks come out, they'll come participate in that so that the Riding Club can get some funding and do some things. It's an open-ended partnership. They're going to take those funding and do whatever they need to do with the Riding Club, which is a blessing. And we're going to bring Paul in and have a display. And if you've never seen that, it takes about an hour and a half to take an unbroken horse, meaning all it will have on it when it gets in the pen is a halter. And if you know anything about horses, sometimes even getting a halter on one and in a trailer is a trick. So that is a pretty big deal to take that and actually be up on it riding and have it surrender at the end of the time. And so I pray that folks come out and be a part of that 6 o'clock on the 22nd.
Halter's one thing. Sometimes getting it on the trailer is an all-out miracle.
Yeah, we've had some that came that were a little tricky to get off the trailer, much less get on the trailer. So,
I've never had trouble getting them off. It's getting them on.
We've had about probably 18 or 19 displays, maybe more than that. Probably more than that if you count the Job Corps and the prison and a couple other places we've done. But he's been coming about 12 years. Last year he didn't come to us because of other things going on. But he puts it on the schedule to call and make sure he can come, and we're grateful that he's headed this way. So
he's amazing. He really is.
Yeah, reach out and tell some other folks because Wild Horse Ministries is a blessing, and the message that you get is far beyond just a horse and learn how to train and take care of that animal. So,
well, there's really a whole side of people that ride and people that have horses, but it goes beyond that. This is not just a rodeo event. This is something that I think all walks of life will enjoy. Yes, it's really cool.
We've had students from Job Corps. We've had folks from New York and Chicago, and we've had people that were incarcerated watch it. We've had people here and across states. He's been in almost every state in the Union, as well as Canada and some other areas overseas. So it's a fantastic opportunity. I'll just say this. We are currently searching for a 2-year-old horse that is in the field somewhere. If you're interested in letting him deal with that horse, you contact me. Would be happy to talk about that. They video it, so you'll have that, and several of our stables around here have done that, and so we're just going to put that out there this morning. If you know somebody who's got a 2-year-old that's bridle broken, that's it. we would like to talk to you about putting it in the pen with him and seeing what the Lord does with that. So please contact me, 270-625-0405. I hate to give my cell number out, but there it is.
That starts like, wow, really?
There it is. So,
hey, there's a lot of people that say, I've got one, but you don't want him. Yeah, they do. That's the one they want.
As long as he's not buck wild and crazy in such a fashion, you'll get hurt loading him. We would be interested in having you to consider that. So we'll talk about it and talk to Paul and be sure that everybody's on the same page. But if you'd like to call me and talk about that, let's do that, okay? Because this is a community event, and we want more people involved in different ways. So in particular, especially if you're a horse fanatic or you just have a fetish towards that, maybe you have a hobby with horses and you want to participate in that, let us know, because it'd be a blessing. Also, there's a couple of things that happen there that will be a blessing. We'll probably put a local on a horse to carry the flag and a couple other things depending on all that goes on. So we're looking forward to that.
We're really excited because the Fredonia Valley Riding Club, again, he mentioned the concessions. I'm going to tell you what, you haven't had smoked bologna till you've had Mr. Travis's smoked bologna.
Smoked bologna is good. I don't care who makes it. And listen, so you can have that and some eggs, or you can have that and just beans and cornbread. You can have that and whatever. So bologna is a staple that everybody needs to know about and learn how to eat. Fried, smoked, plain,
it's
big
own
mater and
food
onion. It's in the food group. It's good, so have it.
Oh, and he'll give you this massive piece, too. And then, did I mention pork chops? And he had the steak the other day. I mean, he'll cover you up. Yeah. I mean, it's good food. Don't eat before you go out there. But it'll be a great time for the kids, too, because the kids are going to get a kick out of this. Yes. This is a family thing, and it's not going to cost you a bit if you don't want to. It's free. And there's plenty of parking. Bring your lawn chair. You ain't got to sit by nobody but your own.
No, and there's plenty of room for people to sit around and social distance. And so this is a win-win for the community and an opportunity. So it'll be outside. The only thing that would keep it from happening would be a thunderstorm or rain at that moment. Otherwise, he will go on and continue to do the presentation. So he's got several. Matter of fact, they left the house. I think he's got 29 or so presentations before he gets back to Louisiana. So you just pray for him and all that's going on there. There will be posters down here at the radio station, and if you want some more, come by the office at the store. Be happy to give them to you. Share with your kids, share with your youth group, share with your church. It's a good opportunity, as we said, be outdoors, wave across the fence at one another, have some fellowship that's safe, and we're not getting much of that, so I'm inclined to encourage that today. The other thing that we have is October the 1st, which is a Tuesday night, we'll be at the Lyon County Convention Center. Many of you all know about the revival. If you've not heard about Better Man, there's some folks that are actually popping up on live right there that are a part of Better Man. Better Man is an opportunity for men to get together, flesh this thing out and learn. And so there's more going on following the revival than folks know. And we're going to go ahead and just jump in and keep moving forward with the monthly meetings. So many of you heard Ronnie Smith, and if you haven't, go to Real Momentum and listen. But we're bringing Ronnie Smith back from Georgia to speak that night, so there'll be a meal, 6:30, and then he will speak. And so we're just doing that as an ongoing challenge to the men around here and encouragement. So don't miss that. It'll be on our Facebook page, so jump in and join us.
And where's that at in Lyon?
That's in Lyon County at the Lyon County Convention Center out at the ballpark. We'll put several pieces of information out for folks. So men, get your group together from the church, whatever that case may be. Come out and be blessed, because I know you will. And then many people have asked us, we're closed on Saturdays at Joseph Stores, Ben. COVID kind of got our volunteers and several other things, and we've been blessed because of restructuring. You were talking about advertising earlier. Restructuring has helped us, and the flow is good, but because of the reality for what's going on for school starting back up and other things, we've decided to open this Saturday and this Saturday only from 9 to 12. So those folks that were having trouble getting to us because of work and the time schedule we got down there, all the rest, they're preparing some racks extra of kids' clothes and jeans and those kind of things. I don't know exactly what the details on the sale it is that is going to be there at all is, except I know there'll be some specials and some opportunities. But we want folks to come out this this Saturday. It'd be a good time for several of you who've been working and struggling with your donations. If you want to drop them off that day, there'll be folks there to take them, and we know that is a struggle for folks. So we want to make that available, and it will be this Saturday only. Keep that in mind. Some of you are dropping off at night, and some of you are dropping off in the back, and that's a blessing. Matter of fact, the back is where we take our donations. But just to be quite frank with you, we got some scoundrels in town that are stealing that sometimes, and they're also strolling it all everywhere. So as a community, we want you to know that we're doing our best to keep it clean and straight. So contact us if we can help you with that donation. Please let us know. And we do understand that sometimes folks have to do that, and I'm not telling folks not to. I'm just telling you our circumstances, and just be mindful. And those of you who are driving around, if you happen to see folks pilfering around in the alley or in the front door, honk your horn. Make them aware that folks see them. Maybe it'll stop.
Them little rascals, I'm telling you.
Well, I think these are big rascals.
Big rascals.
Big rascals. So,
well, them big rascals.
We're going to continue to work on that. They may not know this, but there are some video cameras that are up, and there is some new lighting that's up, and we may proceed to do other things. So just be cautious of that. But don't let the bad overshadow the good. We've been blessed at Joseph Storage Bin in recent days. God has been allowing, even though COVID and everything else, the sales are steady. Donations are good, and people are being blessed in the process, and we get to serve this community, so we're grateful. So,
well, and don't get me wrong, I know that people, for the most part, I really believe so. Harold Riley, I think most of them are good people. That's what I choose to believe in our community. But let's keep our eyes open, because we've got a soccer lawnmower that was stolen, and now we've got this kind of stuff that's going on. And stop it and keep your eyes and ears open, and tell somebody when you see something.
There was a post last night as well of somebody having their car tried to be broken into, and the alarm went off. And so, yes, there are some folks wandering around, and the more of us that watch and blow our horns and make people aware, the more response we'll have in taking care of that. But we're not going to overshadow all the good. Don't forget, September 22nd, Paul Daly, Wild Horse Ministries out at the Fredonia Riding Club. If you don't know where that's at the 16800 area of Highway 91.
And it's if you're going from Princeton to Fredonia on 91, it's right there on the right-hand side. You can't miss it. And if you're coming from the Marion area into Princeton, then it'll be on your left. But it's beautiful. I will tell you, there's plenty of They keep it really well manicured and really taken care of. This is not just some dirt patch out in the middle of nowhere. They really took care of it.
If you pass the Mennonite church out there, you've passed the arena. So there's a good drive to get in there and plenty of parking. Come out, be hungry when you get there.
Yes.
I would say that beforehand, probably 30 minutes beforehand, the concessions will be open and ready to go. So bring you a little cash for that. Otherwise, it's absolutely free. Bring your lawn chairs so you got a good place to sit. And we're going to see an amazing sight when you get done with that. And then men, continue to press in. We want to see folks come. Again, Ronnie Smith will be back to town to do some encouragement and preaching. So that's at the Lyon County Convention Center up there, 6:30 on October the 1st. And then also, again, this Saturday at Joseph Storage Bin, the sale for back to school. And so if your kids need jeans or they need shoes, clothes, whatever the case may be, I promise you can go out with enough clothes for a week for less than $20, and you'll be blessed, and they'll be clean and nice, and folks have donated them just for that purpose. And then don't forget that the funding goes back to different and various events like this one, as well as also help and support athletics and other things in our community when needs arise and opportunities are before us. So you can support your community by shopping with us and doing what we do down there, and we're grateful for the opportunity to serve this community in that fashion.
I love it. Families supporting other families, WPKY Princeton, and I'll tell you, Harold, we appreciate you. We appreciate Brother Harold Riley and H&R Ministries and the Horse Whisperer. And, of course, again, that's September 22nd, correct?
That is correct. 6 o'clock at the Fredonia Riding Club.
And then Joseph Storage Bin this weekend.
Saturday, 9 to 12. And if you have drop-offs, bring them by. And then don't forget Better Man and the monthly meetings over in Lyon County, October the 1st.
We appreciate you.
Well, we're glad to be on WPKY. I would say to everybody out there listening, keep your head up. Watch the eastern sky. Sooner or later, it's going to be over, and you better be ready.
There you go. Come on out and see them. And again, Have a wonderful, blessed day. Today is going to be sunshiny. Tomorrow's going to be sunshiny. Guess what the next day is going to be? Sunshiny. All the way through Friday. We're going to play football Friday night. We're going to play soccer tonight, volleyball on Thursday, and it's going to be amazing. Woo! I'm telling you. And then, of course, Saturday is going to be JV, and then we got Monday, we got our middle school football is going to kick it off. So it's one right after another.
It's starting to look a little bit like fall and some sort of normalcy.
I ordered me some blue and gold shoes. Just wait, they're hideous. I love them.
Well,
I did.
Amen.
You gonna see me coming, but I did. I ordered myself. They're yellow checked and blue checked, and they're yellow and blue checked, and I did. I ordered them, and you gonna see me coming, but I love them.
You're kind of like me though. If they don't see you, they're gonna hear you coming.
That's right. They're gonna hear me one way or the other. Come on and see us this week. Don't forget, go by the high school. They are still going to be selling those season passes today until 3:00, and tomorrow on Wednesday, they're going to be selling those. You can call them, and they'll make arrangements for you to come pick them up.
All righty.
That easy. Going out. 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes. We're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
2019 Chevy Blazer. You take your pick, silver or gray. All-wheel drive Premier. Only $11,184.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or tricehughes.com.
At Black Patch Grill, the kitchen is serving your favourite Irish fare and southern comforts. The dining room is now open again, so come in, sit down and enjoy your meal in the dining room or, weather permitting, out on the patio. We are still offering curbside takeout for lunch and dinner, as well as family-style dinner options. Follow us on Facebook at Black Patch Grill to see the daily specials. And come check out our new location in Hopkinsville, the local Irish pub and kitchen.
The lobby at Pro Collision Body Shop may be closed, but they are working at full capacity as always for all your automotive repair needs. They will continue to provide top quality repair services, and they have taken all necessary steps to ensure employees and customers are protected. Call Jim King to schedule an estimate at 270-508-0853. When you arrive, they will come to you, take pictures, do the estimate without you ever getting out of your car. Jim King and all the Pro Collision family, working together, we will be stronger.
Hi, this is Kelly Martin of Pennyroyal Hospice, and we are proud to be a part of the greatest comeback of all time.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Trying to maximize fuel economy? A fuel system cleaner should help. It restores your fuel system to help improve gas mileage. Right now, we have buy one, get one free Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner, plus a $1 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. And you can get what you need fast. Your